Okay, hi, welcome back. Hola, welcome back in my YouTube video. In my new video. So this video gonna consist about still in a consecutive interpreting to fulfill my final exam in Mr. Bram class, which is interpreting. But today I'm not gonna do with my friend, but with myself only. And sorry for the shaking hand because I do like, yeah, you know what I mean. So this video gonna consist about 16 around 20 minutes because my video was consist about 16 minutes. Yeah, so in this video I would do in Indonesian language and I will interpret into the source language, which is English language. So when you watch this video, I'm gonna pause part by part and I will do a interpreting. And then before that, I already prepare my paper for the note taking and my pen actually. So when I watch the video, I watch the video while I'm taking what the speaker say about. Then I will interpret it into the source language, English. Yeah, that's all the information from me. I hope you enjoy the video and see you. Okay, hi again and sorry for the lower video because I am recorded in the Zoom meeting and I'm not using my phone, I'm using my laptop, so the quality of the video gonna be lower, but it's okay. Okay, I am ready to do the consecutive interpreting. Let me prepare the video first. Share screen. Okay, so the video that I want to use is from TED X ITS or ITS ya. So ITS itu adalah salah satu universitas bukan universitas tapi institut di Surabaya. Institut ya saya nggak tahu kepanjangannya, but the speaker here adalah salah satu mahasiswanya. The name is Muhammad Haikal Pramono. By the way, when you watch this video, I'm gonna do... Oh, sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Let me... Wait. How to do this one, right? Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Stop share. Okay, wait. Okay, sorry. I am ready now. Enjoy my interpreting. Stupid is not always stupid.
Halo semua ya, kenalin nama gue Haikal. Dan ada satu hal yang perlu kalian tahu tentang gue, yaitu gue nggak suka matematika. Dan pasti gue bisa menebak di antara orang semua di sini, pasti ada satu orang yang nggak suka matematika. Mungkin banyak sih, tapi...
Okay. Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Haikal, and for your information, I don't really like math, and I know that one of you in here also doesn't really like math. But
gue tebaknya satu aja, biar gue tersedia. Nah, jadi ketika gue kuliah, gue tuh suka banget dan gue kadang-kadang kangen masa-masa ketika gue olah.
Okay, but I just say one because I don't want people in here gonna be tersindir. Actually now I am in the university and I really miss my childhood memory.
Entah itu SD, SMP, bahkan SMA. Karena pepatah mengatakan bahwa SMA itu adalah masa-masa paling indah. Nah,
okay, for the example, I really miss my elementary, junior high school and senior high school, and people gonna say that senior high school was the best memories because it's so beautiful.
Banyak banget kenangan-kenangan gue ketika SMA yang bikin gue kangen. Contohnya, gue ngobrol sama teman-teman abis pulang sekolah.
Okay. There are a lot of memories that I really miss in my senior high school. For the example is when I talk with my friend when I go home.
Kita jajan-jajan di kantin dan kita coba ngobrol-ngobrol, main gitar bareng, ketawa hahaha di kelas bareng, dan itu yang membuat gue kangen. Oke,
And then the other one is when we go to the canteen for eating and then play guitar and talking with the other in a class.
ada satu lagi, gue lupa, yaitu gue kangen masa dimana gue sedikit kenakalan. Sedikit aja, nggak usah banyak-banyak, karena nakal banget kalau banyak.
Okay, and one more thing, I really miss when I a little bit bad students, just a little bit, because when it is too much, it's gonna be kenakalan.
Itu, dan pasti lu juga ngerasain, yaitu ketika gue sering banget dulu izin ke toilet, tapi gue bentar ke kantin, gue makan nasi goreng di sana sampai gue lupa itu jam kelas. Dan sedikit kebadulan gue yang lain adalah gue sering banget masukin tanda tangan ketua osis gue buat cabut kelas karena gue nggak suka banget sekolah.
Okay, and one more thing is I actually I really like to permit to the toilet for yeah, I always permit to the toilet for eating in the canteen, like order a fried rice, and I also like to copy the signature of the head OSIS for outing in the class, because I don't really like in a class because the class is so boring.
Nah, itu masa-masa yang gue kangen. Tapi ada satu hal di mana gue bener-bener sama sekali tidak kangen masa-masa SMA atau masa-masa sekolah, yaitu ketika gue harus menemui malam Senin.
Okay, but there is one thing that I think I don't really like, or I'm not miss when it is comes in the night Monday.
Malam Senin bagi gue adalah malam itu banget malam Senin.
For me, night Monday is very scary rather than the Friday night.
Karena besok ada matematika, gue nggak suka kalau Jumat lagi ada olahraga, gue bisa lari-lari sama gue bisa lewat cewek cantik di kelas gue. Kalau misalkan matematika, gue nggak bisa lewat cewek cantik, gue fokusnya ke soal.
Okay, why? Because in the night Monday, the next day there will be a mathematics class. Rather in the night Friday, the next day gonna be sport, and I like to do sport because I can see many girls.
Dan ini malam Senin, gue harus sangat tidak mau ketemu besok. Dan pagi abis gue upacara, gue 7:30 harus masuk kelas, namanya kelas matematika. Dan itu susah banget. Gue ingat satu momen di mana ketika gue masuk kelas, gue duduk paling belakang. Gue udah takut banget, gue duduk kayak gini, dan gue nunduk.
Okay, I have an experience. One day it is in a night Monday, and tomorrow is a math class. And after do of like ceremony, it is the math class. Then I just prepare myself to sit in a back in the very back, and then I sit like this. I really scared when my teacher gonna be call my name.
Kayak gue liat teman-teman gue, biar guru gue nggak ngeliatin gue. Dan taunya gue dikasih soal kayak gini.
Okay, and I already look my friend like, yeah, and then I hope that teacher doesn't call me. Then actually my teacher call my name and give it the question like this.
Gue nggak ngerti ini sebenarnya kelas matematika apa kelas biologi, ada cacing panjang gak jelas gitu. Dan gue penat banget, dan ini ekspresi gue. Kalau misalkan gue nggak pusing, ya udah gue tidur. Tapi ketika gue tidur, gue dipanggil sama guru gue, Haikal, coba kerjain, dan gue nggak bisa. Dan gue keliling lapangan bawa bendera. Dan itu jadi momen paling gue nggak suka di ketika gue SMA.
Okay, and then Finally, my teacher called my name, and then I should finish this question, but I cannot solve it. Then my teacher give it me a reward like I should run in the field yard for 10 times. And in that moment, I really hate mathematics, and I wish that I not learn mathematics again.
Dan gue berharap kalian nggak pernah ngerasain
And I wish all of you doesn't experience like that.
Dan ini sedikit cerita tentang gue. Gue adalah orang dimana gue nggak suka matematika, jujur aja nggak suka. Dan gue bilang ke guru gue kayak, Pak, saya nggak suka matematika karena ketika saya lihat soal, saya pusing, Pak. Saya nggak bisa analisis, nggak bisa banyak hebat, apalagi ada cacing-cacing nggak jelas kayak tadi. Itu gue benar-benar nggak suka banget.
Okay, and then actually I want to introduce myself again. The fact is I really doesn't like mathematics, and I really so confused when I saw the number like that before, and I cannot do analysis about the question, and I said to my teacher that I'm sorry I cannot do this one, and I really hate this one.
Dan gue tipe orang gimana, gue bilang kalau misalkan kelas itu ada di luar kelas. Kelas itu bukan ada di dalam kelas. Menurut gue kelas yang duduk itu bukan kelas. Itu hanya pertemuan dengan teman. Kelas yang sebenarnya adalah kelas di luar. Kita bisa nongkrong sama tukang bubur, kita bisa nongkrong sama tukang cilor, kita bisa ngobrol sama satpam, atau lu CS banget sama gue aja kalau gue cabut sekolah, dia pasti udah oke. Karena gue sangat suka itu. Dan itu kelas sebenarnya, real class.
Okay, and actually I don't agree that class is inside the class. Actually, class is in outside class rather than physics, geography, and each other. I really like to talk with someone. I really like to talk with a porridge seller and a chiller seller, or what do you call it? Satpam.
Ada dalam kelas. Dan gue
Not in a class, not in a real class.
adalah orang yang masuk salah satu SMA Jakarta, SMA terkenal, SMA akademik banget. Tapi gue anaknya suka banget IPS. Kalau misalkan gue belajar sosial, belajar ekonomi, belajar tentang sosiologi, itu gue lebih suka baca seperti itu daripada lihat cacing-cacing nggak jelas, lihat geometri, lihat rumus momentum, fisika, biologi, itu gue nggak suka.
Okay, and actually I learned at one of the senior high school in Jakarta, and it is so good, a good school, but I don't really like to mathematics. I really like to social and relation with someone rather than solve the problem like the physics or biology and the other one.
Gue sukanya ada IPS dan gue suka belajar.
And I really like social, and I don't like learn in a class.
Tapi kita nggak bisa bilang kalau misalkan di sekolah gue itu semua orang kayak gue. Gue menemukan banyak banget manusia yang akhirnya gue kategorikan di selanjutnya bakal gue bahas, yaitu teman-teman gue. Gue bilangnya manusia, bukan teman. Karena teman nanti subjektif ya. Nah, ini ini.
Okay, and I am the person who categorize people with a human, not a friend. Okay, for the example, I'm not gonna categorize some of my friends in my categorize.
Manusia-manusia yang ada di dalam sekolah gue. Dan semoga sama teman-teman semua, kategorinya sama lo semua, macam-macam teman yang ada di sekolah gue. Pertama ada Farah. Dia lucu banget, kayak gini. Tapi di dalam kelucuannya, dia pintar banget, guys.
Okay, the first one is Farah. So, Farah is like this one in the photo. She's so cute, but in her cuteness, she really smart, crazy smart.
Dia pintar banget dan sepintar itu kalau tahu. Jadi dia sekarang dia kerja di Oxford, sampai dia yang ngambil, dia pintar banget hobinya belajar. Gue juga heran, kalau dia lihat buku, itu soal kayak lihat kita makan enak dan bayarin gitu. Dia lihat buku kayak, oke, buku gue mau kerjain. ketika dia lihat soal temannya kesusahan, dia pasti bantu. Dan dia sehobi itu belajar.
Okay, so Farah is very cute and smart and crazy smart, and she likes to learn. And then now she can study in the Oxford University, but she refused it. And she's really like to open the book, like when she opened the book and then she likes, oh yeah, this is my food. And when she saw that her friend is struggle in the question, she's gonna be helpful. So Farah is a helpful friend.
Itu kita ada belakang, pas kita ada depan itu udah ada Farah, pasti dipanggil sama guru dan dia berprestasi dan pialanya banyak banget.
Okay, and the fact is when in a flag ceremony, when in a Monday morning, when the teacher shout out about the who's winner about the mathematics, and then we're gonna see Farah is over there because Farah always winning the competition.
Itu Farah. Terus ada temennya nama Leo. Leo itu adalah kontranya dari Farah. Dan dia suka banget ngedit. Dia ada di belakang kamera tuh, atau nggak di sana, di tukang edit. Untung dia nggak masuk ITS. Nah, dia suka banget ngedit. Kalau dia gabut, buka laptop, buka Premiere. Buka laptop, buka software editing. Dan dia selalu ngedit dan selalu foto-foto kita. Jadi, dia adalah orang di mana, dan mungkin lu juga relate ya, dia adalah orang di mana, kalau misalnya kita lulus sekolah, dia adalah orang yang pertama dikontak, Le, mana foto kita dulu? Le, mana video kita dulu? Nah, itu Leo.
Okay, the next one is Leo. Leo is really like to editing. She likes to open the camera and then open his laptop, open the Premiere application and then do an editing. Leo is the one in the backside. For the example, when we at graduation, and then Leo is the one you can ask for where is the video, where is the photo, because Leo really like to editing.
Lo orang kayak gitu tuh, dia suka ngedit, tapi ada satu hal yang dia keburukannya, yaitu dia lupa ngedit nilainya sendiri. Nilainya tuh 4, 5, udah segitu-segitu aja. Mau dia belajar tetap segitu lah ya. 4, 5, paling-paling 6 lah. Itu juga hasil-hasil bocoran dari teman, misalnya kayak gitu ya. Itu Leo, nilai di sekolah jelek banget. Bukan jelek banget.
Okay, and then the fact is Leo really having a bad score. Not bad, but really bad score. See, he forget to upgrade her score rather than he was learn. He only get 4, 5, maybe 6, but it was help from the other one. So Leo really bad at academic.
Terus ada Iza. Yang terakhir namanya Iza. Si cantik ini. Dan dia, gue suka sama dia, tapi dia gak suka sama gue.
Okay, and the last one is Iza. Iza is really beautiful. This beautiful girl. I really like her, but she doesn't like me. Okay.
Nah, Iza, itu dia suka masak. Jadi kalau misalkan datang ke sekolah, pasti ada masakan yang kita tunggu-tunggu dari Iza. Entah itu masakan nasi goreng, atau masakan pizza, atau ada masakan Italia yang gue nggak tahu namanya, kayak absurd banget gue nggak tahu namanya. Iza tuh suka banget masak, dan sesuka itu dengan masak. Tapi karena dia di sekolah, gue melihat Iza dari tahun 1, 2, ke 3 ada perbedaan. Lama-lama dia nggak bawa bingkisannya dia nggak bawa makanan dia, jadi dia hampir nggak pernah masak, dia fokusnya ke belajar. Dan akhirnya dia mengorbankan, sampai sekarang dia mengorbankan bahwa ya udah belajar aja, masaknya ditinggalin. Bahkan dia sekarang kalau gue tanya, mau tanya dong cara masaknya gimana, dia udah bilang kayak, kalau gue nggak bisa masak lagi, sampai selupa itu. Padahal dia dulu bener-bener suka banget masak, bener-bener setiap hari dia nontonin tentang masakan. Itu 3 teman gue.
Okay, the last one is Iza. Iza is really like to cook until every day he cook for some food, but now he forget about it because he run to her academic, like she always studied until when I asked about how the recipe for this food, she gonna be say like, I'm sorry, Kak. I don't know. I cannot cope. That's the missing.
Dan yang pengen gue kasih tahu ke kalian, bukan itu, tapi ini. Nah, ini adalah matriks yang gue pisah-pisahin manusia-manusia ini di dalam matriks namanya passion dan matriks namanya akademik.
Okay, the one I want to show, the one that I want to show all of you is this one. This matrix is the one about the academic and the patient matrix.
Jadi makin kanan itu adalah orang yang akademiknya bagus. Kalau yang kiri akademiknya jelek. Yang atas itu passionnya jalan, yang bawah passionnya nggak jalan. Dan lu bisa lihat gue ada di mana? Gue ada di orang paling buruk. Kalau misalkan ini bisa dinilai, gue nilai gue paling jelek di situ.
Okay, now you can see that to the right is a good academy, and to the left is a bad academy. Up is a good patient, and the bottom is a bad patient. And now you can see me that I am in a lower, which is in a bad academic and bad patient.
Nah, kalau di sekolah kita bisa dipetain jadi ini. Clara di nomor 1 karena dia kenapa? Karena passionnya jalan. Passionnya jalan, akademiknya juga bagus. Dia suka belajar, dikasih pelajaran. Nah, itu tempatnya dia tuh. Kalau misalkan Leo, dia sukanya ngedit nih. Tapi disuruh integral. Nah, pusing bala dia, pasti. Dia diem aja, dia penat banget. Nilainya jelek. Dia belajar pun tetap jelek. Nah.
Okay. When I divided into a group, the first group is Farah. Farah is really like to learn. She has a good academic and she has a good patient because she likes to mathematics. And the second is Leo. Leo is a good patient. She likes to editing, but she really bad at academic because he has a bad score.
Kalau Iza ini rada aneh sebenarnya menurut gue. Iza ini dulunya suka masak, tapi ketika dia ketemu pelajaran, dia milih pelajaran. Ketika itu masakannya udah lupa, passionnya nggak jalan di sekolah. Ya coba sekolah mana coba di Indonesia ya, kita lihat sekolah mana di Indonesia yang nge-provide kelas masak, kecuali Tata Boga ya. Jar.
Okay, and the third is Iza. I think Iza is so weird because she has a good academy, but she forget about her passion, which is cooking. When she get an education, she forget about her passion, which is cooking.
Senang banget kan, bahkan hampir nggak ada. Nah, Iza kayak gitu salah satunya. Mungkin teman-teman di sini yang suka fashion, yang suka misalkan kayak karikatur, mungkin nggak pernah disediain kali ya hal-hal seperti itu. Dan Iza, banyak banget Iza yang di Indonesia. Dan yang terakhir adalah gua. Gua adalah orang paling kocak di sini. Karena akademik gua nggak jalan, passion gua nggak jalan. Passion gua tuh ngobrol-ngobrol sama orang-orang tuh. Ngobrol sama tukang bakso, ngobrol sama tukang cilok, ngobrol sama teman-teman di tongkrongan gitu. Itu passion gua tuh. Kalau di kelas gua penat banget dan gua bosan.
Okay. When we saw in Indonesia, there is no school to proper cooking like except Tata Boga. But like a fashion, like a caricature, it's so minim. And the last one is me, which is in a 4th level. I don't have good academic and I don't have good passion.
Kalau lihat jam, itu jam detaknya lama banget kayak gitu. Paling gue sukanya bahasa atau PKN. Bukan karena pelajaran ya, karena gurunya gak suka masuk gitu, sering gak masuk. Gue suka pelajaran gue itu doang. Nah, yang pengen gue highlight di sini adalah, ini adalah peta-peta yang udah gue buat. Tapi ini adalah peta sistem pendidikan di Indonesia. Farah, walaupun dia suka belajar, gue pasti menjamin bahwa dia tertekan di sekolah. Karena Farah yang sekarang, yang udah di kuliah, kuliahnya nggak di Oxford, tapi adalah salah satu kampus di luar negeri juga, dia bener-bener se-passion itu sama belajarnya. Bahkan dia sekarang udah ambil riset pelajaran. Dan gue pernah ngobrol sama Farah, kan sukanya matematika. Dia nggak suka biologi. Dia nggak bisa ngapal-ngapal kayak pelatih Helminthes, tuh nggak bisa tuh. Dia juga nggak bisa hafal-hafal gimana caranya kalau misalkan ketemu orang sakit asma, dia nggak bisa tuh. Dia bisa hitung-hitungan.
Okay, so I already gave you peta sistem pembelajaran di Indonesia, and you saw that there are 4 color in there. Farah is the bright one. What I want to say is Farah is having a pressure when she do like that. Now as she being busy to do a research and learning. But when we ask her about Letty happiness and then how to cure a sick people, he doesn't know. She doesn't know.
Nah, Farah itu tertekan belajar biologi. Tertekan itu. Bahkan Farah sampai pernah nangis karena dikasih praktikum biologi.
Okay, Farah is really like biology, and she might be cry. Farah really like mathematics, and she might be cry when she has to come to answer a biology questions.
Bilang katak gitu ya, kayak dia bilang jijik banget, dia nggak bisa. Nah, Leo lebih parah. Leo tertekannya karena bukan passion dia pendidikan itu. Dia sukanya ngedit, tapi passion tetap jalan. Dia akhirnya orang yang bisa merelakan pendidikannya dia demi passionnya. Tapi di sekolah dia nggak berkembang, bahkan tidak dihargain menurut gue. Karena dia juara-juara FLS 2N, juara-juara film seni, nggak pernah dihargain. Nilai dia tetap jelek. Padahal dia adalah orang yang menurut gue, orang yang paling bisa menghargai seni, apalagi seni videografi.
Okay, and the second one is Leo. Leo is really like his passion, which is filming and education, but he really bad at education. But actually, I really like Leo because Leo is fight for his passion, but in his school now, it doesn't have good attention by the others one because people might say that Leo is not level up, but in my opinion, Leo is really level up.
Itu Leo. Iza lebih buruk. Passionnya nggak jalan, tapi akademiknya bagus. Dia mengorbankan passionnya di bidang akademiknya. Dan gua nggak kelihatan.
Iza also bad, but mine is really bad because Iza still have a good academic, but bad passion, which is me, is bad passion and bad academic.
Betul sekali. Kalau misalkan lu pakai center juga bakal kelihatan tuh kalau center itu. Kalau brightness-nya lu nyalain juga nggak bakal kelihatan. Gua adalah orang yang ada pada titik terendah di sekolah. Gua orang yang benar-benar tidak enjoy di sekolah, terus passion gue juga nggak jalan. Passion gue di luar kelas, bukan di sekolah, guys. Tapi,
okay, when you ask me, I don't really like and I don't really enjoy my school.
Salah satu momen ada di mana kita happy banget, yaitu tentang free class. Dan gue yakin lo pada di sini, apalagi teman-teman panitia, pasti suka banget free class. Dan free class adalah hal yang paling kita tunggu. Ketika guru sakit, yes, guru sakit. Alhamdulillah bapak ini sakit. Apalagi bapaknya killer. Kita doain tuh dari semalam. Besok bapaknya nggak masuk, dan bapaknya nggak masuk.
Okay, but four of my friends, there are correlation and there is a correlation and there is a one thing that we cannot happy together when our teacher doesn't enter the class or a free class.
Kita happy banget. Di sana Farah bisa belajar, Leo bisa ngedit, Iza bisa nontonin film masakan, gua bisa ngobrol sama orang-orang yang ada di sekolah.
Okay. Farah can learn by herself. Leo can continue his editing. Iza can watch a movie, and I can talk with people around the school.
Gua kalau misalkan free class, gua keluar nongkrong, ada ngobrol satpam, ada ngobrol OB dan kayak gitu. Dan gua enjoy banget. Buat kalian, ternyata free class itu adalah sistem pendidikan yang ada di luar negeri atau di Finlandia.
Okay, when in a free class, I really like to outside the class and I will talk with the OB and with the other people. And you know that free class is one system in Finlandia.
Jadi di Finlandia, kalau misalkan kalian tahu, pendidikannya tidak diseragamkan dan tidak disamaratakan. Karena pada dasarnya, seorang siswa itu punya passion masing-masing, punya karakter masing-masing, dan tidak diseragam. Dan di Finlandia juga apa yang dipelajarin itu relate banget buat kehidupan yang masa depan, tentang karakter, tentang gimana cara dia survive hidup, dan banyak hal yang bisa didapetin dari sistem pendidikan di luar. Dan itu menurut gua itu ditemukan di free class.
Okay, and do you know that in Finlandia, not all of the student is in the same class, but they will have, or they can upgrade their ability in a free class because they can learn all the major in a lot of sources. So from in my opinion, I really love the Finlandia system in education.
But free class hanya satu keadaan, hanya satu momen. Free class gak bisa terjadi terus menerus. Kalau free class terjadi, itu gue mau jadi gurunya tuh di situ tuh. Karena free class jarang banget terjadi antara gurunya sakit, gurunya malas, atau emang ada acara sekolah itu free class.
But free class doesn't really happen anytime, or yeah, free class in Indonesia only when the teacher is sick or the teacher cannot enter in the school. It is a free class.
Nah, jarang banget terjadi free class di Indonesia. Itu hanya momen-momen tertentu doang. Dan kita harus kembali ke realita bahwa kita harus ketemu rutinitas lagi. Terus-menerus belajar kita nggak suka, belajar yang susah, semua hal dipelajarin. Dari SMP kita belajar semuanya, cuma dipisah IPA, IPS sama bahasa, dan semua orang kembali ketertekan.
Okay, and now we back into the this type person, yeah, because in Indonesia we learn about all of the major like Indonesia, social, math, physics, and the other one, and it get depressed in the students.
Bahkan orang seperti Farah yang sukanya belajar, dia juga
But you know that people like Farah also depressed with her education.
Nah, tapi menurut gua, salah itu nggak selamanya salah. Tidak bisa, bukan berarti kita tidak pintar. Harus dibedakan, tidak bisa dan tidak pintar.
Okay, but for my opinion, wrong, it doesn't always wrong. Because stupid, not always stupid.
Farah bisa belajar, Farah bisa dapat prestasi, emang karena passion dia di sana. Dan kita tidak bisa menyalahkan sistem terus-menerus. Salah itu nggak salah. Ketika kalian bisa ngedit, kalian bisa passion yang ngedit, kalian belajar matematika udah sungguh-sungguh nih, nilainya jelek, nggak apa-apa. It's not problem.
Okay. For the example is Farah. Farah is really good in education. She likes math. But when you just only can editing and then when you learn mathematics, you only get bad score in mathematics, it's not wrong. Stupid is doesn't always stupid.
Itu life, itu kehidupan. Ada keunggulan, ada kekurangan. Dan mungkin itu keunggulan kekurangan kita. Dan salah itu nggak selamanya salah. Salah itu tempat belajar. Mungkin kita salah gimana caranya kita ambil pelajarannya. Mungkin kita salah cara belajar ya. Atau mungkin salah sistemnya. Tapi yang harus kalian ingat, salah itu nggak selamanya salah. Ini kutipan dari Lukman bin Mulia. Dia sudah Fox dan dia mentor gue.
Okay, why? Because all of the human is having a minus and plus. And it's okay when you're not having a good score. Maybe it's the lack of the system, or maybe we're not, or maybe we have a bad strategy to learning. But it's okay. Wrong, it's wrong. It's not always wrong, and stupid it doesn't mean stupid. It says by Lukman bin Mulia.
Dan pertanyaannya adalah seperti ini. Sampai kapan kita mau menyerah pada sistem? Kalau gue di sekolah, gue nggak bakal bisa jadi orang paling top di sekolah. Tapi gue bisa mewarnai sekolah gue dengan memberikan inovasi-inovasi yang ada di sekolah.
Okay, and the question is, until when we can give a red flag to the system. But for me, I'm not white flag. I'm not give a white flag to the system because I can give a many colors in my school.
Oke, gue di kelas gak bisa, gue gak bisa matematika, gue udah belajar mati-matian sampai jam 1 malam, tapi nilai gue sama kayak gue belajar ya, jam 1 malam nilai gue tetap 1, 2, bahkan gue pernah dapat nilai 0,5 di matematika.
Okay, it's okay when I just studying mathematics for 1 or 2 hours, or maybe until 1 a.m. I learn about mathematics, then I only get 1 or 2 or 3 and 4. It's okay. Rather than I level up or I double my time for learning mathematics. It's always the same score like when I just learn mathematics for 1 hour.
Seburuk itu. Tapi
That
gue
bad.
di sini berusaha sungguh-sungguh belajar matematika dan gue mendalami passion gue. Akhirnya gue memberikan warna pada sekolah gue. Gue bikin kelas namanya innovation class. Gue bikin namanya ketika orang pengen punya ide dan idenya itu tidak bisa direalisasikan, gue realisasikan.
Okay, and it's okay. Not only that one, when I get that score in a mathematics, I also I can give a color in my class by I make innovative class, which is the class is consists about when people have a dream about something, then I help them to really relate his or her dream.
Contohnya misalkan kita buat kerja bakti nih, kita buat kegiatan sosial, atau kita buat gerakan-gerakan movement-movement yang bisa membuat masyarakat atau orang di sekolah kita menjadi lebih bermakna, lebih berwarna, dan lebih berkontribusi buat masyarakatnya.
For the example, when someone wants to do work together or do a movement to move someone, then I will help them.
Dan itu yang gue lakuin. Sama halnya dengan Farah. Farah nggak apa-apa. Farah nggak bisa belajar biologi, nggak apa-apa. Tapi dengan matematikanya, dia bisa ngajarin orang, dia bisa buat riset, dan risetnya sekarang bisa dipakai. Leo nggak apa-apa. Leo nggak bisa matematika, nggak apa-apa banget. Leo nggak bisa matematika, dia bisa edit, dia buat edit film yang bagus, dan film itu bisa bikin nangis anak-anak bangsa di luar sana. Dan anak-anak bangsa itu bisa tergerak buat memajukan sistem kita yang ada.
Okay, it's okay like Farah. Farah doesn't like biology, but she do a research, and this research can help another human. And then for Leo, it's okay if he don't get a good score in mathematics, but he can make a film. That film can make someone cry when someone is saw his film.
Iza juga nggak apa-apa, dengan masakannya dia bisa menyenangkan hati orang, dia bisa membuat orang tersenyum setiap hari, dan orang itu bisa semangat belajar, nggak apa-apa.
And for Iza it's okay. It's okay when she likes to cook, and by the cooking of her, by the food of her, she can make someone smile because of her food.
Dan yang pengen gue tekenin di sini adalah jangan menyerah pada sistem yang ada. Sistem itu kan tetap menjadi sistem yang sama. 2006 kita KTSP, 2013 kita kurikulum sampai 2013, dan itu sama sekali mungkin berubah sedikit ya, sedikit.
Okay, and my point in here is don't start with the system. When in 2006 we have KTSP, and 2013 we have kurikulum 2013.
Itu berubahnya. Dan kalau misalnya kita coba tanya ke teman-teman yang ada di sini, sama aja dia yang ngerasain. Kita di pressure pendidikan, akademik, kita harus mentah-mentah semua pelajaran yang ada, dan itu wajib dilakukan oleh semua siswa. Jangan menyerah pada sistem, tapi mulailah kita memberi warna, karena warna adalah makna. Satu warna, satu makna. Satu warna, satu kontribusi. Bayangin ada berapa juta siswa yang di Indonesia, dan dia beri satu warna. Satu kelas ada orang satu berwarna. Kalau di kelas sebelum pada berwarna, lu yang warnain.
Okay, we are do a same thing. People in Indonesia also learn about many things in academic, and it is a must. But don't stuck in the system. We can build and give many colors in around us. Imagine that you have one color, and then your friend also having one color. It's gonna be many color. But when your friend doesn't having any color, you give it.
Kalau udah ada, tambahin warnanya. Nggak apa-apa. Dan jangan takut sama passion dalam hidup kita.
And don't be scared about our passion. When we cannot do mathematics, it's okay. We can upgrade or we can level up our passion.
Karena menurut gue, Tuhan memberikan warna pada setiap manusia. Tapi manusianya, dia menenggelamkan warna sendiri dan dia hanyut pada sistem dan dia menyerah pada keadaan.
Okay, because in my belief, God is give us different colors, but the fact is human actually or always throw it.
Gua Muhammad Haikal Pramono, gua nggak suka matematika, gua suka berkontribusi, dan itu warna gua.
Okay, so that's all from me. I am Haikal Pramono. I don't like mathematics, but I like to give my contribution, and that's my color. Thank you. Okay, that's all about my consecutive interpreting video. And this one is my note taking. Oh yeah, in here doesn't really good quality. I'm gonna share it to you in the last video. So thank you for listening and watching this video. Hope you stay healthy and see you. Bye. So this is my note taking. It's look weird, yeah, and it's not proper writing because cepet-cepet this one, and